We're at the final part of the Spider-Man 2000 commentary.
Good.
Who's this?
You know, there's something I forgot to mention. That do you know what Spider-Man is actually supposed to be?
Like what?
Why the reason why he has that whole mask suit?
Like what? Like the original design of him, or what he was? Like I don't understand. Go on.
Like, what did he start out as? Before he became Spider-Man.
I'm losing thought about it. So go ahead and explain.
He was originally a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
They actually do an homage to that in The Amazing Spider-Man, where you see him land in an old luchador ring, and you also see it in the first Spider-Man movie, where he goes to a wrestling tournament to try and gain money.
Mm-hmm.
Doc Ock pissed.
You can tell by his face. That's a Gur face.
So he's always pissed.
Yep. He's always pissed. And now he's smiling. This fight with him is not really too difficult. All we have to do is just flick some switches to draw power away from his shield, and then we lay it to him.
I'm just gonna say this right now. If you put switches on the outside of your thing it kind of means you're an idiot.
And he's maybe taking some lessons from Dr. Eggman then. Maybe
Dr. Eggman.
Maybe they both, met up for some coffee and exchanged notes with each other. Apparently, unfortunately for Doc Ock, he did not know that Dr. Eggman doesn't have a doctor.
That's it. Time to pay the piper, Ock.
He doesn't? I would think he did.
I don't know. They never really bring anything like that up for Dr. Eggman. He's just an evil scientist. That's all you need to know. At least with
you just got hit.
At least with Doc Ock, didn't they go into some sort of detail about his past, with him having like a PhD or a doctorate and stuff?
Yeah, he does have a PhD. He is Dr. Otto Octavius. PhD. I think physics.
Yeah, you see, at least with him, they explain, why
I can't remember. All I know
why
is
he's more of a doctor. It's just with Eggman,
and
it's like
when you go into the Spectacular Spider-Man series, you'll learn why he's such a dick. He really had a fucked up childhood.
Well, I would think. I've only skimmed the issues.
Yeah, you keep cutting in and out. You're gonna need to get closer.
I'm like, I'm literally like, my back is against my wall, dude. Can you hear me?
And they'll punch a hole in it and put your head in there.
And that's a yes. Trust me, if it would help that connection, I would do it. It would go against our damn apartment insurance.
Eddie, are you all right? Talk to me.
There's this very magical thing called plaster. You should try it sometime.
I don't have enough money to afford plaster.
It's called Home Depot, where there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Try it sometime.
Yeah, but if I put plaster on the wall, it's gonna stand out all the rest of it.
And repaint the room.
I'm guessing Ock made it just in case Carnage tried to double cross him.
It's not rocket science. It's just not being lazy science. Anyway, I just love how every time you hit Carnage, that you're just... He gets that face on his little health bar going, you're tickling me, you're tickling me.
Well, Carnage is definitely the most difficult boss in the entire game. Because what you have to do, the only way for you to hurt him is lure him into that supersonic bubble. But I'm going to abuse the AI and do this. I'm going to let him hit me right there, and then I'm going to keep him right there in the bubble at all times.
Wow, you're kind of a dick.
Well, I don't care. This is a serial killer. Do you feel any sympathy for this asshole?
Not really, but frankly, I would love to have that symbiote and take it and put it under my control.
Why not the Venom one?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Venom's better.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
like,
a
I don't know.
sim-
I guess I like Red more. I like Red more.
But for what I've seen, what the Venom symbiote does, it really really enhances the host's strength. Like every time I see somebody who usually has the Venom symbiote, they're usually buffer than shit.
Well, yeah. Oh God.
Yep, and Carnage is defeated like that.
You are a born loser, Cletus Cassidy. Like I told Mysterio, no one can control the symbiotes.
For some reason, the Carnage symbiote like has, well, actually Venom symbiote has it too. They have like this weird like line on them that's supposed to show like where the backbone is on the host. I don't know why they had to include that in the design, but whatever.
Yeah, now we're dealing with Carnage Octopus.
Yeah, Monster Ock, as they call him.
Monster Ock, really?
Yeah, Monster Ock. You think it'd be like Carnage Ock or something like that, but nope. Monster Ock.
Super Carnage.
Yeah, Super Carnage. Hell, I'll take Super Carnage more than Monster Ock.
The vent goes up here.
And, well, we're not really fighting him, we're more escaping this underwater base, and you can't let him go in front of you, because if you let him go in front of you too far, instant kill.
That or he supposedly escapes and destroys the city.
I have no idea. The death animation of Spider-Man getting killed by Monster Ock is that Monster Ock is like thrusting his mechanical arms like through Spider-Man, so yeah, he's definitely killing him. But yeah, I'm not too sure. They don't really play it out more than that. This is definitely the most intense part because Monster Ock on higher difficulties, he is a lot quicker. Like on hard mode, he is really, really fast.
I remember him being such a bitch.
And counting the controls of this game, you know, you're not too well with them. You know, you can easily cling onto the walls even though you don't want to, like that. And he could just get way ahead of you. But other than that, you know, this is just all just a running away sequence. You don't even get a fight with him. I would have loved a fight, but nope. Carnage is our final boss.
So, Shattered Dimensions is the next Spider-Man.
Well, is that the next Spider-Man game you want to do?
Level 3. 2 more to go.
Maybe, because I've never played it.
If you want to record it, by all means, go ahead. But I think the next Spider-Man game I may tackle before doing the sequel to this is maybe Ultimate Spider-Man, because I just love that game just way too much.
Spider bitch, Spider bitch. Fuck you, Monster Ock! You cannot kill me! I am immortal!
At least that's what they told me.
Wolverine, why'd you revive Spider-Man? Better question is, why did I tell him he was immortal? That sounds like something Wolverine would actually do.
Yeah, exactly. He would be a cocksucker to do that.
And you're about to die. Nope, not yet.
Almost.
You're at the home stretch. You're at the home stretch.
Almost. My hands just start sweating at that point because, like I said, the higher difficulties, if he's just a little bit far ahead of you, it's still instant kill. So yeah. But that's it.
Escape.
No, Ock! After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Ock. You've gotta be kidding.
And we never know what happens to the Carnage symbiote.
Perfect day.
Yep, making the only appearance on the game. Would you say that Spider-Man is probably the superhero that interacts with all the rest of the Marvel superheroes the most? Or does that belong? No, wait, no, that belongs to Wolverine.
Actually, no, Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Punisher.
I thought, no, Wolverine has appeared a lot more other Marvel hero comic books than Deadpool has.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he helps out in other comic books, but I'd say out of the most characters that actually are involved in other people's comic books, the list goes from Deadpool, Iron Man,
I don't need to look.
I think Captain America, and then Wolverine,
Bluffs are so obvious.
and Spider-Man. And that's when they're in other people's comic books.
Who keeps inviting this guy?
I recall more times of Wolverine appearing in more stuff than the characters you just listed.
Kids, I'm on fire!
Because I don't know, I guess they really have a hard-on for Wolverine.
Hold on, time out. All of you guys were working together.
I like how Mysterio has bandages wrapped around his head.
Yeah, I know, right?
And there's a Mysterio girl in the background in that picture.
Yeah, like I said, they like make him a robot almost in this game.
Hey, wait! So, I'm a rhino, you're a scorpion, and he's
That
an
poor guy.
octopus.
I know, right?
What's a Mysterio?
So, Rhino, you got
So
any trees?
why him? Like, why the one thug? I mean, yeah, they robbed a bank, but what was he, the leader of them? With all these other
Probably.
supervillains?
So smart, but I won! Ha! Who's your daddy, Doc Ock? Ha ha ha! Victory is mine! You're always laughing at me, but who's crying now? Huh?
You're a retard.
I feel bad for
That's right, Octopus.
the end. And that is it for the
Question mark? Yep.
Question. It goes away. Oh, okay. And that is the end of the Spider-Man.
Question mark? No, disappears. Question mark appears again. And it disappears permanently.
Yeah, it is. Alright, that was Spider-Man 2000. I will say this, is that the game still to this very day is fun, but it has aged pretty badly.
Lots of issues.
It's more of the controls than anything else. The character models I can forgive only because of the time period, and the voice acting was actually really good. Corny, but still
Voice
good.
acting's okay. Yeah, it's corny, it's good, but dear God,
Dear God, what?
those character models.
Yeah, well, don't worry, they do get better in the Dreamcast and PC version. In fact, it's funny, the cutscenes in each version of the game is different. Like in the N64 version, it was a bunch of comic panels. In the PS1 version, the one we just played, was the it had FMVs, and the Dreamcast and PC one had real-time cutscenes.
Oh, that I will bid you adieu.
Jennifer Hale played Black Cat and Mary Jane. She also plays, God, I can't remember what's her name from Metal Gear Solid. And Stan Lee as himself. Should be Stan Goddamn Lee as himself.
Stand motherfucking Lee.
This is my favorite rendition of the Spider-Man theme song. I really do love this theme.
It is.
I expect Spider-Man to do more when these credits roll, but nope. Just
Running, squat.
upside down. Squat, hang upside down, and
Running,
occasionally,
squat.
occasionally like punch or kick, but that rarely happens. But at the time this game came out, this was probably one of the better superhero games to come out. Because this game, when it first came out, like it got a lot of positive reviews. Like I think IGN actually gave it a 9 out of 10. That's probably the highest they ever gave a Spider-Man game. at least from my knowledge.
IGN is probably the biggest dicks when it comes to rating games.
They're FPS fanboys. Enough said. Seriously, the Sonic Lost World review just proved that to me. They claim to be like, oh, we're fans of this old stuff, you know, but they say the controls are bad, and it's like, it's not fast, but hey, guess what? If you know how to play the game, you can make it fast.
The end, question mark, exclamation point, question mark.
Yeah, that means it's the end! Like that.
Alrighty.
Alright, well, next Spider-Man game would be Shattered Dimensions or something else?
Shattered Dimensions. We have fans who want Shattered Dimensions. It's gonna be Shattered Dimensions.
Alright, Shattered Dimensions it is. See you guys till then.
Good night, and go fuck yourself, Ethan.